developers, the marketers, the artists, the animators, promoters, the coders, all of them. I need them gone. I need them gone. What? And today we got, what's good, Angel? The most disturbing game ever sold on Steam, now banned. I don't even really know what to talk about. I don't even really know what to say for real. You already know the vibes. 1 curse, 3 push-ups. Let's just get this going.
Gentlemen, so incoming yap session about a crazy ass game that was recently uploaded to Steam called No Mercy. And basically in this game, it was a role-playing game where you were playing as a protagonist who was basically stalking women, including mothers and daughters, and
some of y'all don't even need a game to live that. Just go outside today. That's a game for people who don't need to play this game. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
people in your family in the game with the ultimate goal and sole purpose, grape them. Yes, you heard that right.
The developers, the marketers, the artists, the animators, promoters, the coders, all of them. I need them gone. I need them gone. What? You know how many times? What?
Right, this was a role-playing grape game of which you were acting as a predator trying to take the innocence away from various different women.
What?
Who you were related to or not. Now, when I first came across this story, it was from a
This is crazy!
member in my Discord server by the name of Rebecca. She said, trigger warning. She said, there's a game on Steam called No Mercy. The player
The game is called No Mercy. Oh my god.
grape or gang grape women of his family. The more women the player grapes, the more points they get. Even
Getting a point for that is crazy.
12-year-olds can access the game because it was literally on Steam for $14.99. However, at the time of this recording, unfortunately, I can't show you the original Steam page as it was taken down. However, I may be able to do something. So unfortunately, that did not work. I actually tried to use the Wayback Machine to find the original Steam page, but that did not work, unfortunately. Sorry, but as reported by this user by the name of Tommy, they say No Mercy, you are encouraged to grape your sister, your mother, and her friends. This game is available to buy on Steam, a
Purchase. People are purchasing money for this.
platform that a lot of other students
Or purchasing this with money.
will be accessing. This normalization of abuse needs to stop. And as you can see here is an image of the game's logo along with a girl with a hand
This is crazy, bro.
and gripping the fuck out of her scalp. And here as you can see the disclaimer from the developers saying this game graphically contains sex and violence, mature language, nudity, graphic depictions of oral, vaginal, and other sexual activities. This content includes incest, blackmail, unavoidable, non-consensual. They say unavoidable, non-consensual sex. You mean rape? Okay, buddy. As well as the use of drugs and alcohol and cigarettes. So basically, this is a grapist, predator, stalking,
Mind you, we're not even talking about the 12-year-old option.
wet dream role-playing game for guys or girls out there who get off on this type of shit. They also say there is avoidable NTR, Netto Rare, whatever that means, content in the prologue, which serves as an introduction to the story and is
I don't know what that means.
entirely skippable. All consensual sexual situations are depicted as occurring between consenting adults. This game includes adult themes and is intended for adults 18 years and older, but we all already know anybody below the age of 18 can purchase it because Steam doesn't really have a system where they verify IDs to make sure kids aren't buying certain games, obviously. All you need is a credit card, debit card, bank account, whatever, PayPal account even, and you're good to go. They also say the characters
Bro, how does this get allowed? Like, how does Steam not have like things that like bar games like this from being made?
it's a fiction and bear no ties to reality. Now here's my thoughts on this. This should have never been on Steam. This is a crazy type of game to have on a platform which is
Yo, Mori, you gotta do a better job of this. Hold up.
accessible to everybody.
He did not blur that. He did not blur
I know people are going to use the argument, well, there are shooters out there in games where people are literally shooting each other and brain splattering
No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
against walls, and you're killing people and murdering them and causing genocide digitally, which is a fair point. That is a devil's advocate point. But obviously in most of those games, that's just
And the reason it's not the same thing, depicting a soldier killing another soldier or a soldier killing a zombie, like there's a reason for it. But depicting this is different because this soldier shooting this soldier, this is not a attacker victim situation. This is just warfare, a depiction of warfare. You're literally role playing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same thing.
just a byproduct of the storyline itself.
Yeah, they're not piping the zombies, bro.
It's not like the sole focus. Unless like you're in the first person shooter where that generally is the case, but obviously people don't take killing each other in video games super seriously. Like we're kind of used to it, you know, story driven, taken from the POV of the protagonist of who you're playing as, whose sole focus is to people. I mean, am I off on that? Like, I'm pretty sure if there was a game out there where
this is absolutely diabolical.
the sole focus of the protagonist of which you're playing as was to go out there and bomb people in the Middle East, and I don't know, you were like a rogue terrorist just killing innocent people, a lot of people would have a problem with that too. But again, we got to understand human emotions. Certain things are just off limits. We prescribe certain
emotional violence is the same thing as physical violence, bro.
Moral prescriptions to certain events that hold more weight than other types of things.
Well, I wouldn't use that example because GTA, but I understand. There's not a grape button in GTA though. Like it's still a little different, bro. It's still a little different.
And these are just one of these games that should be off limit. Now, if you're into this type of shit, again, you do you, as long as you're not committing any real crime.
No. Don't do you. Do yourself in a prison cell. No, I'm not co-signing that. I'm not a. No.
In the real world, just Steam should have never approved this type of game to be accessible on their platform to everybody, including kids. That's dumb. This is the type of game that should be left on specific adult websites that cater to these types of kinks or fetishes for people who want to play these types of games. And you have verifiable IDs to check the players' ages. But alas, Steam fucked up. And at the time of
No, I turned the camera off on purpose. He didn't censor this.
This recording, the game has now been removed with over 70,000 signatures on change.org. They say at Steam, remove no mercy, plus incest game globally now, and it was removed. And as expected, a lot of spurred out autists on 4chan, per usual, have a problem with this.
If you have a problem with this game getting taken off, say it in the comments right now. Not that we want to expose you or like find you or any kind, but say it so we could talk. Cause you're kind of snitching on yourself, bro. That's weird, bro.
You know, some people are saying grape is absolutely useful. Boomers use the threat of jail, forced confinement, and threat of grape to keep people in line. And as a Canadian, understand if I use violence to defend myself and can't afford a good lawyer, I will be held in custody until trial and made to be a victim by the staff who will charge me with defending myself to increase my stay in because I acted up. He's basically trying to defend rape. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? Somebody else said in a trad patriarchal society, grape should be the only just way to acquire children. Grape is based. Like, I'm telling you,
bro, the internet. So I'm telling y'all, bro, the thing is, most people don't even think like this. It's just you have the superpower of anonymity, of being anonymous, bro. I swear most of these people are not saying this in the day-to-day in real life. No.
I wish you people could see my face right now. These people should be eunuch, or better yet, balls chopped off. These people with these thoughts should be locked away or just
absolutely ridiculous, bro.
Communicated from civilization in its entirety forever, because there's no way you have people out here on 4chan saying, how did the feminist movement convince everyone that rape is worse than murder? Now,
I feel like the argument could be made that it's worse. Bro. Now, obviously, there's levels to it. Like, I don't like the idea of rating crimes against each other because, duh, like, one crime is one thing, one crime is another thing. But a blood killing a Crip is not as bad as someone, you know what I'm saying? But someone shooting like a child, I don't want to compare that to someone graping someone. It's like comparing the two is weird. Like, but if we're talking about the context of video games, yes, murdering in video games is not as bad as graping in video games. What? That's such an easy concept. What are you talking about?
Ow, here's the thing.
Comparing these crimes are terrible. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
my point is, that is the devil's advocate's argument. I understand. Listen, objectively, murdering an innocent individual, stripping their life away from them and all the potential.
Wolf Among Us 2 on the bracket. Wolf Among Us 2 isn't on the bracket because it doesn't exist. But if they drop that game, I'm dropping everything to play that. Wolf Among Us was my favorite game to play on the gaming channel.
That they could live out.
Death is more final? Of course it is. But no, bro. I'm stating, one, you shouldn't be comparing the crimes in general because both of them are absolutely deplorable. But if we're staying in the concept of video games, hypothetical, like, no. what? Murder is significantly more acceptable. I don't even think that's a hard concept to understand.
Out for the rest of their life is the worst possible thing you can do on this planet. It's the #1 sin. Obviously, second and third and fourth is causing horrendous bodily harm to people unconsensually via rape or predatory behaviors like assaulting them and permanently disfiguring them for the rest of their lives, because they're gonna have to be alive to carry that physical or mental trauma. But again, my argument is,
and the thing is, grape is also permanent too, because it completely messes your mind up. Like, you don't recover from it.
the average person playing a Call of Duty game, shooting other players in the face and them respawning on the other side of the map is not a psychopath, terrorist, sadistic motherfucker who gets off on killing people in real life. The probability of that is very low. Whereas I'm pretty sure people who go out of their way to willingly play these games,
that's another thing. Like, you're more than likely to get the target audience with a game like this than you are with Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
and would spend their hard
Like, I play Minecraft. I don't want to mine for diamonds. Like, no.
earned cash to play such a game, unironically, is likely in comparison to the former person playing Call of Duty to have,
Mind you, this costs money. Yeah. Spending bread on this is crazy.
way more serious character defects. I'm just saying the probability of a Call of Duty person who grew up on Call of Duty being out here actively committing mass shootings versus somebody who goes out of their way to play this game and actually enjoys it, going into the real world and stalking women and actually committing atrocious acts against them, is way lower for the person who plays Call of Duty and much, much higher for the person who probably enjoys a game like this. I'm not saying all players who would have downloaded this and played the game
This is questionable. I don't know. I don't feel like there's no way you download this game in the same way that you download Cuphead. I don't think so. I think the argument could be made that 100% of the players are strange, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Game and enjoyed it would actually commit those acts in real life. I'm just saying the probability is much higher. I hope I'm kind of explaining my rationale for why people have a problem with this, and also because it's accessible to children. And I mean, for fuck's sake, literally here's one of the screenshots from the game. You have a girl, digital girl with makeup running down her face, crying presumably, with a creepy ass dude in the back looking over her shoulder, bro, as if
who plays this, bro?
He just committed a dozen unconsensual atrocities against her body. Like, genuinely speaking, who would actually want to play a game like this, bro, and not seem sus? Again, another screenshot from the, bro, I mean, good God. Here we have another screen.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen enough. Yeah, absolutely insane. I'm glad it got taken down. That's going to be the video. Hope you guys like it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. That's going to be it for me. Peace.